And now that you voted, let's calculate how much it actually mattered. Wait, you voted, right? Sorry, if you have not voted yet, please vote. Then watch this video on how unlikely it was to affect the election. Did I spoil the ending? Does my ballot even matter? Well, statistically, the short answer is, but the long answer is, Turns out voting is like real estate. Location, location, any idiot can do it. Here's the facts. America's democracy relies on an electoral college, where electors work together to elect a president every 4-year election, and of course, electorate size matters. For instance, Wyoming has the smallest population, but one elector represents 195,000 people, while one elector in California represents 712,000 people, meaning people in Wyoming are 4 times more powerful in elections. That's why Kanye got a ranch there. What's that? Oh, it's not an R? I knew that. With 55 electrical votes every 4-year electrician, it takes millions more Californians to rally together and electrocute someone, kind of like the death penalty. The moral is, when it comes to voting, California really is full of influential people who are essentially powerless. Oh, Kylie, you thought you were an influencer? No, it's actually this guy Tad in Iowa. But does your ballot matter? Yes, you, person who can make it 1 minute into a questionably informative video. Well, let me reward you with an all-American formula that you'll probably never use because you're an American. The probability that your vote decides the election is equal to the probability that your state's electoral votes are necessary for the winning candidate times the probability the vote in your state is tied conditional on your state's electoral votes being necessary. In the 2016 election, that's right, I knew how to pronounce it all along, this formula tells us that the average voter in America had a 1 in 54 million chance of being the deciding ballot. That means you're more likely to die from a snake bite than decide which snake is president. But the good news is, you have more of a chance of making a difference in the election than you do winning the Powerball jackpot or the McDonald's Monopoly game. So they just gotta put voting booths in the Mickey D's drive-thru. Straight up. But not all ballots were created equal, despite what our founding fathers said about men, and only men. If you were a voter in a swing state in 2016, you had an approximately 1 in 3 million chance of deciding who the president was with 1 single vote. Still small, but makes your vote count as much as 21 average Americans combined and over 2,000 times as much as a Californian, which is why it's always Californians reminding people to vote. Overcompensation. Because we believe in equality in the United States of Arizona, Florida, Georgia, Minnesota, Michigan, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and of course our nation's capital, Wisconsin. DC stands for the cheese. If you voted in New Mexico in 2008, you had a 1 out of 6,000 chance of flipping the election all by yourself, and a 1 out of 7,000 chance of flipping meth as a chem teacher dying of cancer. In the year 2000, the election was decided by the last state you want to let decide anything, Florida, where 537 votes by mostly dead people decided to melt our ice caps forever. See ya underwater. And this year, 2020, the best year ever, to have the most voting power, you gotta pencil in your vote in Pennsylvania because pencils are what the Amish use. But Sammy, this your vote doesn't count much is a dangerous mentality backed by all that evil logic and simple obvious math. If people don't go out and vote, my candidate, the one that they weren't excited about anyways, will lose. Listen, first of all, I'm in California, where it would take 49% of Democratic voters, 4.2 million blue-blooded Americans, to decide that their vote matters less than their Tuesday avocado toast to turn this state red. Now, if this were New Hampshire, it would only take 2,737 people, but fortunately, not that many people watch my videos. Whee! I'm not saying don't vote. I'm just saying if you want to have a say in politics, move to Iowa, the state averaging the most voting power in the past 40 years. Because this nation is already too full of people preaching politics, but at the end of the day, they don't love their candidate as much as their neighborhood. And I know 1 in 54 million isn't a lot, but given the number of Americans over 35, there's a 1 in 2 million chance of becoming president, and Donald Trump did that, so there is hope. Oh, that's not so hopeful, is it? I'm Samuel Bade, and I'm running for president in 2036. Don't vote for me today, but you can start tomorrow. You know how the mail is. Presidential election, who's next?